Hey, Mindy Project After Show at AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're talking Season 4, Episode 20. Were Lindsey and I right about Jody? You're going to decide, America. Plus, Marcus is kind of a D-bag. We're talking all about it next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Mindy Project After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. I am Cameron Lewis at The Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram and MySpace. To my left as always.
What's up everybody? Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at April Whisenhant.
And I'm Lindsey Miller. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. And I just got Snapchat, but I don't know how to use it.
We're teaching
you
her.
can find me at Rockin' Mama Life.
You gotta do the filters. The
I can't. I need to figure out how to just like take a picture and post it somewhere.
Oh, we should definitely face swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know
Let's
how to do
just
that.
do that.
My toddler has face swapped, and I can't.
Oh,
Is that where like you make yourself? He made him like a taco. I don't know.
that's an emoji. You can also put emojis in Snapchat, and you can make them move now.
I don't even know. What is a face? Oh, a face swap is when you like put like your face. Yeah, it's hideous and horrifying.
Oh yeah, it's really bad.
I had two grandmas do it, and they were so confused.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
the best thing that has ever happened in my life.
That is amazing.
Anyway, so we're talking episode 20 tonight. Hard to believe we're already there. So much is happening. It seems like a different show to me. There was no mention whatsoever of Danny in this episode. Where is Danny?
No.
Is he still alive? I don't even know. Who cares is right.
He's off. He's filming. They're clearly like writing
off.
him slowly out of the show.
Well, and they need to, because there's been a lot of criticism on like the show really failed without him, because the storyline at the first half of the season still relied on him, and the show as a result really failed, and they had to like make some drastic changes, and I think they are, and I think they're good.
Yeah. April, you were not here at the show last week, so I'm gonna give you a chance.
I was very sad.
I'm gonna give you a chance to switch your position and agree with me and Lindsey about Jody.
Okay, at least admit the Jody makeover makes him like a little bit sexier.
Admit that.
On. Yes, Jody's makeover 100%. He looks a lot better.
Yes.
There's just, of course, you're going to a leather jacket from suspenders, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good gingham print, but not all day, every day. You know what I mean? But in tonight's episode, clearly they're just writing Danny out of the show because of other stuff that he's doing. So, like,
and because he's not right for Mindy. Just saying.
Just saying.
I don't agree with that, but I did like tonight's interactions between the two of them. Like, it was sweet, the whole like lovey-dovey moment on the couch at the end, you know. But it's just like so clear that that's what they're doing. So that's why it's like, okay, yes, that's what you're doing. You know what I mean?
So, but it's gonna work, right?
It's possible, if depending on how much Christmasina does outside work. But
I think we're starting to get her over to the light
but
side.
I said I wasn't going to call this out, but I just have to. I love that our viewers are like, no, Danny and Mindy forever too. Not all, but some. Because y'all give him such a hard time. You should. He deserves getting a hard time.
I want to make it clear. I was a big Danny Mindy fan for a long time.
Yeah, we were like on each other's team, and now like.
But then he became kind of a misogynist butthead.
Yeah.
But Jody was too. We can't forget all the stuff he's done.
But I don't hate.
Yes, he is reformed.
I don't hate Danny. I just think that like the problems they had in their relationship are problems that aren't fixable. Like whether he's right for her, or he's a good guy or not. Like his views on what her role in their like life should be are so drastically off from hers, and he doesn't respect her decisions as a woman to like have a career and have a family and be successful and be independent, and that's something that's never going to change. Even if he, you know, eases on that a little bit, that's in the core of who he is and what he believes a woman should do. Not to say that he can't change his mind, but like that's something it's always going to be there.
I'm still rooting for the change. But I mean, we don't see him enough to even
see what's
it's like
going on.
They're making you not miss him as much.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Definitely.
But I mean, and that's a good thing though. Obviously actors have to leave shows, things happen with characters or whatever, but whether he's like meant for her or not, they are doing a good job of making us not feel, which I mean, I feel like that's a bad thing toward. I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, we love Chris Messina, of course, as an actor.
Absolutely.
But the show itself is doing a better, more redeeming job of making viewers not kind of like miss his presence as much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing Jeremy more, which like we really haven't seen anybody but Mindy and Danny in a substantial
by the way,
way.
where's
And
the
we
baby?
used to.
Well,
I guess he's with Danny.
He's.
Oh wait, did they take the trip yet? Was that the?
No, he just
That happens
asked to
later
take the
on,
trip,
right?
but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I have to ask what we think of Marcus, because I know a lot of people like this,
I think
like
we all
Marcus,
do.
Yeah.
who are the I know the place. I know the Chinese place 2 hours away. Don't go to Barnes and Noble.
See,
I know the bookstore.
I need those people because I'm so indecisive that I never can pick where to go. So I'm just like, yeah, sure, just tell me where to go. But not if it's like 3 hours away, I'd be like, hell no.
I agree with you. I definitely need, like, when you're with a group of friends, it's like, what should we do for dinner? I'm always the person that's like, somebody choose, I don't care.
Yeah.
But sometimes when it's like, let's just go down the thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of gets to me.
But then as soon as someone says like let's say even if you're not particularly craving anything, but someone's like, ooh, I really want Chinese. It's like, oh, I don't think I really want Chinese.
Yeah.
You're the
You
opposite
do
way though?
have an opinion.
Okay.
But you know, it's not the like deciding thing. It was the fact that like he such a pompous jerk. He's like that guy who like knows the best place for everything, and it's like, yeah, well, really?
Not so much.
I don't
Don't
know.
you feel so
if you took
self-conscious
me
about
to a
taking him
place where
somewhere,
I
then?
could like pick a chicken off the wall to eat, I would vomit on you. Like I wouldn't
Exactly.
be like, this is the best place ever. I'd be like, I'm calling PETA and animal control, and I don't know who else takes care of stuff like this, but this is not right. Like. It was just not. I don't know. And then when he was like the best sex in New York City, I was like,
That was like, whoa.
That was
Whoa.
cheesy. Obviously, if someone said that in real life, I would die right there. But I thought it was funny though.
I felt like he was. Remember that show? I mean, it was on like MTV or something. I'm totally dating myself. But there was this show with a super creepy looking guy who was like had the answer for dating for guys. Oh my god, I can't think of his name.
Is it a game show?
No,
Or like
it
a
was like
dating
he would
show?
like take guys and like teach them how to like win ladies.
Oh my god.
That
And he
sounds
looks like a
familiar to me,
magician.
but I don't know.
He had like dark long hair, and he thought
Yeah.
he was like the like man, and it just I don't know. He just reminded me of him. Oh my gosh, I wish I could remember. If any of you know what I'm talking about, and you can think of the name of this show. Oh my
Tweet
God.
us.
Tweet us or something.
Please tweet
It's gonna
us.
bother me now.
It's
Yeah.
gonna
I
can't
bother
think
me.
of it.
I'm gonna think of it like right after we
I
wrap.
don't know though, because like Marcus, I know people like this too. And I know I already said it, but I'm so self-conscious whenever I suggest the place. You know, the one time, and they're like, well, I already know the best fill in the blank in town,
Right.
but I'll
Yeah.
go to appease you. And then you go, and they're just kind of like,
Right.
it was great.
Or like the book thing.
That
The
was
book
that was
thing.
so dumb.
I don't. Yeah.
Like, don't hit on Barnes and Noble.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
have
go to
great
Amazon, by the way.
calendars.
They do have great calendars. You
True,
see the cat
yeah.
one? I don't have it.
I used to
Do I
work
want
at
it?
Barnes and Noble when I was in high school.
See, Barnes and Noble is a good place.
I did, but in New York City, the Strand is better. I will say.
Yeah, obviously, it seems like Marcus was the tee up for Jody in this
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah, obviously.
I
do we-
wondered
do we-
what they were going to do with him because obviously Neo's not about to be on the Mindy Project. Well, I mean, maybe he
Right.
could, obviously, but
That was Neo.
yeah. I mean,
knew
they use his real name on the show or his like for the credits. Or no, maybe it's like Neo something.
I think
I forgot what his last name is. I'm sorry.
Neo.
But
Whoops.
yeah, I was wondering where they were going to go with that. I thought they would go a little longer. It seemed like a smidge fast, like when they're on the couch
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you don't like to
Yeah.
do this. Sorry, me either." And they're like, "Oh, okay, bye." I
Yeah.
was
That
like,
was
"Oh, that's
weird.
it's a little bit of an awkward exit."
A little
but
quick.
Yeah.
We thought that he was like gonna, because it didn't make sense for him to be the friend that was upset about the way she was treating. Is it Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely.
And then all of a sudden was like, "Let me date you." We
Yeah.
thought he was like gay or something and totally like playing her, but
Yeah.
apparently we were wrong.
Yeah.
Well, and then he was given was tickets to
The theater.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
he to Jeremy, or was that somebody else?
Because he's
Right?
he was the
He was,
sponsor
like-
for
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like
okay.
one of the funding people. I don't know what you call him.
Partner. I don't know. Something like that.
What do we think
got a job
of
there.
of Mindy's other storyline with her patient, with the IBF patient, Miss Eden?
Wait, that's the bartender, right?
The bartender?
Isn't he the bartender?
No, the girl.
The girl.
No. Yes,
Oh, Marcus?
but the guy who was
Jonah,
with. Wasn't that the bartender?
No.
No.
Different person.
No.
No.
Okay, whoa, don't
April,
don't
come
kill
on.
me on that one.
Different person.
But I was like, wait, why is she
No.
pretending like she doesn't know who he is the entire? I mean, that was an easy Google thing for me to
The
do.
bartender was a guy from
He was, what was he from?
it's like Mad Men or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he was like
Well, never
stockier
mind.
and like kind of like
Yeah.
Grizzly Berry more.
Because I kept waiting for her to be like, I went home with this guy.
Yeah.
And then she didn't, and I was like, I guess, okay.
Different
Just
guy.
leave it on
Different
the
guy.
rug.
But that would have
Okay,
been
that
an
makes a lot more
interesting
sense
twist.
now. No, of course she's gonna step over her boundaries. But I like that they, with this whole thing, I like that they showed that it was her kind of just like being upset about her own stuff, because a lot of stuff in this show they give us like an episode of them being upset, and then never, it's like, oh, everything's like jokey and funny.
Yeah.
Next episode, which obviously it's a comedy, so it has to be.
Right.
But I like that they showed that she's still, dealing with this.
Yeah.
And dealing. I mean, they didn't show us the
Feeling like her
baby
life's a
tonight,
mess.
but
Yeah, definitely. Lindsay,
Yeah.
Lindsay, any other thoughts on that one?
No, I agree. I think it was fun to see
yeah.
them, her like trying to get her to not do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it, like you said, it's nice to see her that she's still dealing with it, because realistically, if you are in that position, you're probably not going to be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
all right, single mom, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably going to, have, and not only that, but like as a parent, people have like advice for everything. It's
Yeah.
just like a thing that happens, and like if you're a parent, all of a sudden you feel the need to like tell other parents like
Right.
what they should do or not do because of your own experience. And so it's very like truthful, like that kind of in that realm for
Yeah.
her to be like, no, trust me, you don't want to do this,
Yeah.
and meaning well, but like totally being self-serving
Yeah.
in her
Yeah.
advice.
I love how whenever she goes to visit him at his apartment, she's like, are you still going to do drugs? He's like, yes, probably.
Yep.
Whose insurance plan is the baby going to be on? He's like, oh gosh, I don't know. And like, that's the thing, the straw. Everything else
Yeah.
is like, oh.
Yeah.
She's like, will you be together? He's like, I don't know. But when it comes down to the insurance, that's
Yeah.
what made the guy be like, okay, never mind. Give me my
It was
stuff
so
back.
funny whenever Eden said, like, I could talk to him and I convinced him, like, I'll pay for the college education for the kid, and I also pay off his college
loans.
education. Yeah, I'll pay off his loans.
I guess if you want a baby, you want a baby.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not cheap, IVF. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
It's like $20,000, I think,
Yeah.
probably more. The scene though where Jody takes over Eden, or kind of like walks in, it actually reminded me a lot of like old stuff, like season 1 stuff that used to happen between Mindy and Danny. Because a few
Yes.
times when like she
Yes.
did
That's
crazy things
true.
with patients,
Yes.
he would come in and be like, no, I'm taking your patient. Or
That's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
do it in a different way, obviously.
And
but,
then end up preferring Mindy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. See,
there's a lot of parallels to how they brought in Jody
Yeah.
and how they brought in Danny.
which leads me to believe that that Jody and Mindy are gonna make a second baby.
I think
I don't know if they'll
about
get
a
another
second
baby.
but I think Jody and Mindy might actually get married.
April's reaction.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, whoa! You think
Yeah.
marriage is on the way,
Yeah,
Lindsay?
I do. I don't know that the marriage will
Lindsay.
follow through, but
Yeah.
I think for a woman who is at this point a single mom,
Yeah.
to find a guy who she's attracted to, who gets her situation and still is attracted to her in her situation, everything that it encompasses. I mean, to me, that's like true love when it
Yeah.
works, is when somebody can really love you for all of the things that are amazing about you and all the things that are like really, really crappy. Like, that's a real relationship. That's where it lives. It's not like that attraction, that lovey-dovey and everything's happy. It's like, when you see the crap, when you see what's in my junk drawer, when you see what's in my closet that nobody's allowed to open, and like you still are attracted, like
gosh.
that's what makes it work.
I couldn't let anyone do that to my closet. I'm just
But
kidding.
I'm
Actually,
just
my
saying,
closet's
like,
pretty
that's
organized.
the, you know
No,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, it's whose like fault you can manage to live, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
over time, everybody's going to get less attractive and less fit or whatever. But those annoying things are always going to be there.
Right. That's true. And
Truth bomb, Lindsay.
he did laugh at her very swollen feet. And I get very swollen
like a
feet.
Lansing.
I don't get swollen feet from salt packets, but I just have like naturally, my feet just and hands naturally swell, like they're kind of swollen right
When
now.
you get pregnant someday, it's just going to be no
I'm
fun.
so looking forward to
By
it.
the way, if anybody wants relationship advice, please tweet these two ladies right here. I'm gonna drop it
Not
on
me.
you.
You'll just hear about my swollen feet, but you know.
Maybe you have some bit of advice about that.
But that's true though. He, you know, but it's like every guy, which I guess is part of like the magic of television. Every guy that Mindy dates, they always like find her more endearing. Where in real life, if a girl did, or if a person did some of the stuff that she does, people would be like,
yeah, it's like there's a happy
But you
medium
know what I mean.
between endearing and life-threatening and all these other things.
Yeah, I think that marriage with someone, I would say, is like end game for the Mindy Project. But I just don't think that they would, and not that you said that they would do it like right now, obviously, but I don't think they would do it soon-ish, only because last season and then so much of this season was so serious.
I don't
and,
think
like,
it would be that soon, but
Yeah.
I do think it is a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
do
too. I think that they know who they want that person to be.
Yeah.
Whether that's Jody or Morgan or
Oh God,
perhaps...
no,
Morgan
that
would be
is
a
not
schedule
right.
strike.
That
God,
would be
come
so
on. You know
not
you
right.
kind
She
of
would
want to
melt
see
in her
it.
chair. I love
Do
it.
you not
It's kind of like
see
driving by a car
the
accident and
dream
stopping a little bit.
sequence with the tent? I can't. I
It was
still
so
have nightmares.
good.
I still have nightmares. It was
Oh
not
my
right.
gosh! I was happy that we saw a little ounce Colette again. I just
Yeah.
watched Chelsea Does on Netflix. I don't know if you
Okay.
guys have seen
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that. But Fortune is in Chelsea Does, and she's
Right.
hilarious.
Because
And
she
so
was
I
on Chelsea lately for so long.
Yes.
I think we're going to see a lot more of Colette, and I
hope
think
so.
Colette and Jeremy are going to form a relationship, and that's who he's going to confide in on coming out of the closet. Just saying.
Oh my god!
Just saying.
But Jeremy was such
Oddly
such a
specific.
huge player, which not that a lot of people aren't, and then until later come out, of course.
He's such a
But
player. It was
I-
all surface relationships.
I think it's his they do that as his like British whatever.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
British
like
charm.
they have a little
No.
British people, you know, not to compartmentalize obviously, but they have a little more appreciation for the worldly things and art.
I don't
where
know.
Americans,
I think that is true.
Sorry,
I
or
think
some
that
art
is true.
would never hang like a picture of
No,
them
I'm British, so-
on there. You're
agree.
British.
Yeah, I wasn't-
didn't
I'm
even
not
know
offended
that.
at all, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Your accent does not show.
I have to hide it. Yeah, but I was so happy to see Colette, and
Yeah.
that is an interesting theory, though.
It's mine, but
Yeah.
I'm not a writer
It's
on the
mine.
show. I'm just saying.
I think we
it's
should.
It would
specific
make
one.
sense. It would make sense.
Yeah.
It would make sense, but maybe they would form Jeremy would come out, and Colette is, she's gay or bisexual, right?
She's a lesbian.
She's a lesbian.
She's lesbian, and they form a relationship after they both are out.
Wait, what do you
Well,
mean?
Colette's already out as she likes women.
But after Jeremy comes out,
I'm so
and they
confused.
still stick to it.
You think
I'm gonna
Jeremy and
take it a step
Colette are
further.
gonna like date each other?
Yeah,
You know,
it's 21st century, Lindsay.
you've had some
It's 2016.
crazy predictions, but that might be your craziest. Yeah, you never know. That's what
You
a
never
prediction is
know.
for, right?
You never know.
You know what? All right.
Do you all have any other
Let's put some
predictions?
bets on that.
Lindsay, do you have any other predictions? I think you might be right.
AFTERBUZZ TV
Oh.
prediction.
Hello, voice of
Oh,
God.
you need to get the strobe lights? No strobe lights? All right.
Wow.
No, I think that's my main prediction. I think we're going to see, because obviously Colette's on the show for a reason. You know, it's like if you think about big picture, like Colette is there for a reason.
Absolutely.
And we haven't really
And
seen
she hasn't been used.
why.
Yeah.
I still want to see what it looks like inside of Colette and Morgan's home on like
Oh my God.
Disgusting, I'm
on
sure.
like a Wednesday night, like when they're just chilling.
Yeah.
But I think there's got to be a reason that she was written into the show, and I think that we're going to start to see more of her.
Mm-hmm.
We're also starting to see a lot more of Jeremy, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's been like little tidbits here and there dropped throughout, you know, the show that there are some tendencies Jeremy has that may indicate that he could be homosexual or just a very, you know, effeminate guy, which is totally fine.
Right.
But I don't know. I just think it would be a more interesting story if he was gay.
I do too. I want to see Jeremy on some kind of journey.
Yeah. And
I just want to see him find love.
Yeah, that's nice, April. Do you have any quick predictions,
Sorry, I have
April?
on the brain.
Such a good show.
No, I guess I've already kind of said mine.
Yeah.
But I was happy that we got with the whole scene of them like complaining about work even though they were getting everything that they wanted.
Yes. Yeah.
And how they're like, we're the boss. We
I'm
can't
so
complain.
sick of popcorn.
It's amazing.
Right? I thought it was funny.
It's funny how the snacks, when she said that,
Yeah.
it totally becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you can get at work definitely becomes work food. You don't get it
can't
outside of
eat
work
it.
anymore. It's very interesting.
That's
True
exactly. I've
All
never
right.
really worked in an office. Wait, I have to ask you guys though.
What happened?
The look on Mindy's face when the hair was brushed away after watching the Cars movie with Jody. What do you think she was thinking?
Surprise / like,
Yes.
Oh.
That's
To that
I don't
point.
have like a specific adjective, but you know what I mean.
To that point, I think it was realization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a little surprise, a little and a little realization.
Yeah. Even much better
Exactly. What did you think it was, Lindsay?
I felt the same way, but then if you think about it, it's a little confusing because remember when she was gonna go out to coffee with Jody after work and she got all dressed up like it was actually a than and then he was like, no, we're not going. So I wonder how that's gonna play into her reaction to obviously a very like intimate moment.
Yeah.
And like the realization that like this guy, you know, and the title of the episode, which is like the greatest date ever or whatever, and she describes it with Marcus as just being able to sit on the couch and watch TV or whatever and have that be the greatest date.
Yeah.
And she basically had that with Jody this evening, and I don't know.
I think it's on the way. I think it's coming.
I do too.
In the
Love is in the
meantime, oh yes, love is in the air. In the meantime, why don't you tell people where they can find you, Lindsay?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, and if I ever figure out Snapchat, at Rockin' the Mama. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. Rockin' Mama Life.
And y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram and teaching Lindsay how to use Snapchat at April Whisenhant.
So if I'm terrible, it's her fault.
Basically.
You can find me at The Only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram. Tomorrow night, Guilty Movie Pleasures on the Popcorn Talk Network. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.